In this video, I'm going to give you a short guide on how to clean some data in preparation for use in just general visualization. So this data set is on used cars that are for sale in India at a major car sales website. And we have a couple of different attributes here. I'm going to go over them and just tell you what I would do to address preparing these to be ready to be available for analysis in general. So let's kind of just give an overview. So we got a serial number here. We have a name. One thing that we're going to want to consider about the name here is that this has the brand, make, model all smashed into one text category. So we're going to want to deal with that. We do have a location category, and that is just a city name. We have a year. Great. We have some kilometers driven. So that's the mileage. We have a fuel type. That's a good attribute to run by. We can kind of check price against like what type of fuel, like if it's diesel or petrol. It's awesome. We have a transmission type. Great. We're not really going to do anything on some of these that I just mentioned. These ones are already prepared. They're already ready. Owner type, so we have is the first, second, third, and so on owner. Then we have mileage, and over here with mileage, we do have a couple different attributes. So we have the km/kg and then the kmpl. So right here, what we will want to do is split this column, and then actually these three columns right here in the currency column. We're going to want to split those in order to show the unit in the attribute title, instead of slammed right here next to the integer, so that we can do some sort of analysis on these numbers. One thing that's important to note, we cannot do anything with these numbers when the number is next to the text as such. We need to separate these two in order to make something happen. We have the number of seats. That's great. And then we have the price is new price and then price. I'm not sure. I think this is like an updated price right here. If I'm checking, this is like the old price and the new price like updated. And what we might want to do is altogether actually just get rid of this column. I don't think this is going to be very useful to us. It's kind of sporadic, so we'll save ourselves some time. And the first thing we'll do to clean this data set is just delete this column. Okay, great. So we'll go ahead and knock out some of the easy ones first. I'm actually going to insert a second column right here, and then I'm going to say in the data tab, I'm going to say text to columns, and then we will do delimited by space. We will split those columns, and then we'll just rename engine CC and then delete everything in the K column. So now this is a number. We're doing great. Let's do the same over here. So right next to seats, we'll insert text columns, do by space. Great. And all these values all the way down to BHP, so that's awesome. Delete that. Awesome. All right, then over here for the mileage, it's not as straightforward because we have different units here, or different types. So we have these two, km, kg, and kmpl. So we're actually going to just say mileage, and we'll say like mileage standard or type. So let's do that. We'll do the same type of thing, text columns by space. Great. Mileage type. Great. And we'll actually make sure our naming matches. Perfect. So the only other thing we're going to mess with that's going to be a little bit tricky is we're going to mess with this name. So let's grab column B. We're actually going to copy the whole column, and we're going to bring it over here to the end and insert it over here where O is. And the reason we're going to do that is we want to do text to column based off of a space, but what we're going to have up against us. This is where it gets kind of complicated. This is probably the easiest. This may not be the easiest way to do this, but this is the way that I know how to do it. So what we can do is we can split by space, which will give us mostly the first word being the brand. Now where we will have an issue is with types like Land Rover. We might have a problem. And then in which case we could go through and we could actually stitch those Land Rovers back together. And Mercedes-Benz has a dash. And it looks like everything else, I think Land Rover is probably one of the only car brands out there. And then I think definitely in this data set that has that problem that we were going to need to solve for it. Other than that, the only thing that we'll need to think about is stitching back together all of the other information. So like if I split Audi into one column, then I have to split A4 and then 2.0 TDI, all this other stuff into the type of Audi A4. So I'm gonna have to kind of consider what I want to do with that once I get there. So let's go ahead and just do the split, and then we'll clean up the damage afterwards. So let's do text to columns, and we'll say space. We'll hit finish, and I'll show you how we'll stitch this all back together. So we'll look down this, we'll consider what we have going on right here. And it looks like everything is pretty clean. I think we have some Land Rover in there, but not too much. And what we can do for that is this. So we'll actually go in here and we'll do a lookup statement, and we'll check and we'll see if this equals land, then we're going to want to stitch this column and this column together. If not, we're just going to want to leave it alone and just bring the first column over. So let's try that out. Okay, so I made the expression and I kind of misspoke there. We're not going to do a lookup. What we're going to do is an if statement that just sort of, what I meant was look up this cell and see if it checks this value. So it's just a logical test. So we'll say if this column equals land, then we know that is for Land Rover. And then if that is the case, then we will concatenate or bring together two columns, and we will bring together the blue one 08 and the red one P8 with a space in between. And then if not, we will just bring over 08, which is what the value would be anyways for the general, the car manufacturer name. So let's go ahead and take that down. Go ahead and build that into yours if you need to do this. And then we'll go ahead, and there's a trick here. You can just double click the bottom right, and what it should do is go through and bring together every value that might be needed. So if all the Land Rover should be dealt with at this point, and all we have to do now is we're actually going to copy, and then we're going to paste the values, right? So we're going to paste special and the values, because if we don't do this, then what's going to happen is we're not going to have these values. We're going to have, if we copy and paste straight, just this formula, and we don't want that at all. So great. So now that we've done that, we can ultimately get rid of this, and then we'll say model. And then from here, what we might want to do is go ahead and I think consider whether or not we stitch together, like what we stitch together. So we have a couple different things going on. So we have a 3 series down here. We have Rover, Range Rover, all these different values where there's these weird splits. So what we might want to consider doing, instead of a bunch of complex if statements like we just conducted, or lookup statements or what have you, we might want to think about just bringing together all of this information into one kind of make type, model type category. So basically concatenating all of these values here together. So it's it's a little bit sloppy because the more correct thing to do would be to go together and then do a lookup for series and then do a lookup for Range Rover and all these other 2-letter words for every single make all the way down the line. So you can do that. That is the more accurate way to do that because of how the text is laid out. Parsing through this and then considering what is a model and then what is like a type and what is like an engine type, etc. And what is a trim, and that is all a little bit more complicated than we're going to get today. But understand that you could and should do that. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take probably column W. Actually, we have some that extend past that. So I'm sort of looking down here. I think we actually have to go all the way down to Y. So I'm actually going to say equals concat, and this is going to be one long concatenate statement, and I'm actually just going to show you when I'm done with it. Alright, so I have it finished, and what we had to do is go all the way out to Y, which we found where there were values in. One handy way you can check that is I just selected Y. Instead of going down like this and looking through, I just went and said, hey, filter, and then I looked for what values were here, and there's a value of cedar that's just in there, like one row, so I knew that was probably my last one. I could go and check Z if I want to, but that one's all blank. So just as I thought, I just concatenated all of these values here and then added spaces in between them. Don't forget those. Then we'll double click, bring everything together. Oh, one thing I did was I went through and I said control find rover and replace it with nothing. So now over here are Range Rovers. The only thing that they have that's problematic is they just have a little space in the front, but that's literally all we have to worry about over there. Not a huge deal. And we have our model. So let's select that and we'll actually paste it back with the values in its own cell, and we are all good to go there. But one way, just to be very clean about this, is we can add in a trim statement for all of these, just in case there were any of those that might have met that criteria for needing a little space off the front. So we can actually just go through and drop this, and I'll just bring this up here. Awesome. So those are all for sure trimmed, and then we'll copy and paste those values in and then replace that header. Awesome. Okay, so at this point in time we have the price, which I think we should maybe underscore the currency type, and I think I just forgot to do that. And then over here, let's look all the way over and see if there's anything that we're missing. I think we're good. The only thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to delete column B, so we don't have that name column over there hanging out by itself. But one thing to consider, though, if I actually hit Control Z and bring that back, is that we could have this as a text column for like the full name. And we could use this later on down the line, although I'm not sure that we will, just to have some sort of label that has like all the values in it, so that later on we don't have to do some sort of concatenation statement between the make and the model. So we can actually leave that there. It's kind of, you know, use case based, but this is one column we can just keep in our data set, and then, you know, maybe use it later if we want to, but, you know, ultimately we don't have to, and we'll just keep that around for a rainy day if we need it. All right, so we ultimately have cleaned up our data set. It is way more usable than it was before. Before, all we had was about one integer field that we could actually use, and now we have, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so actually we had the price. The price was good before, but now we have the currency. So that way, you know, I didn't put in dollars, because $27 for a Land Rover would be pretty exceptional. So, you know, I just wanna keep it in context there. And we have a more usable make and model now. Now we can like filter for all the Hyundais, and we can see some of the stats about those brands in particular. All right, cool. Well, hey, if you like this video, please throw it a thumbs up and ask a question about anything in the video. And thank you so much for watching.